Hello everyone, it's Deb again. So I'm back out here in my Suboverland. It is Monday and I'm back at the house, and yesterday my ex was able to help me get some work done, and this is where we are now. So last time you saw, we had this piece up and that weird piece was constructed, but we hadn't mounted it yet. So yesterday we started with this second vertical wall, and unfortunately, because of the way this pillar is, I was not able to bring that wall all the way out here to the front like I was able to do over here. So this is extraordinarily messed up and I don't know what to do about it. I mean, it looks horrible and it's not what I had in mind, but when I was doing my initial planning, I didn't realize that this pillar was so much bigger than the other one. And so I'm just kind of fudging it along the way because nothing's working out as planned. And so this is the ceiling piece that was supposed to come all the way out to the front here, and it would go from there to there, there, and to there, but now I can't do that. And this was that top piece, that was the last big piece of scrap wood we had left over. So, or the last big cut piece that we had. So now everything else that we have are scrap pieces, and I hope it's going to be enough to finish the build. I'm not sure. But right now we just attached it. This L shape is basically the same as that one, and then we've got that one piece of wood spanning it, and we just attached it here at the top with the angle brackets. But we have not attached these two center pieces to the top because it was not even all the way down, and so we had to make sure that we had wiggle room so that these could be kind of bowed, or, you know, kind of put where we want them. And so that's the last thing we have to do. And I guess over here there will be no ceiling here, but we're going to try to make a piece of wood that will go from here all the way to the other side, so from there to the front. So it'll be a pretty skinny piece of wood, and it's definitely not as I envisioned it. But before we could attach that top piece, I wanted to get this all squared away, which meant we had to start working on the drawer slide for my refrigerator. That's the freezer unit that can be both at the same time, that's going to live back there. I've got my clam out here. I took it over to my ex-brother-in-law's house, and I'm just going to keep it here now. This is where it's living, and I built my whole design around this thing, so I don't really have any reason to take it out right now, so I'm just going to leave it there right now. And that's my table, and I've got a cot back there and everything. And so that's basically done right here. Over here, this piece of wood from the front to the back, although this is 56 inches, I wasn't able to take these all the way back. So this partition right here is 45 inches. And the one, my biggest solar panel, it's 41 inches. And so I thought I was going to have extra room here for a vertical wall, and then make like cubbies right here in front. But because I had to make this shorter than I thought we were going to have to, this whole area is basically going to be the same as this, which is just one big pass-through area. And I had not planned for that, and I think I'm going to lose a little bit of space, but I think I might be able to make up for it on the back side. I'm not sure yet. So over here I had bought two sets of drawer slides. They're the side-mounted drawer slides, but after everything was put in, everything was said and done, I did not have room on the sides for these slides. These are heavy duty, and it's a 3/4 inch wide, and so you can see right there that there was no way that I was going to be able to get that slide in between that wood right there and this wood. And so we sacrificed the second set of slides, because one set was supposed to be for the drawer that's going to be over here, and it's going to pull out towards the back. That was what the second set was for, but because we didn't have room to do this, we had to turn these into bottom mounted slides. And I had seen some of the reviews for these slides saying that they did use them as bottom mounted slides. They're not as strong, and that's not how they were intended to be used. So what we did was we took both sets and used them for here. And so this is one whole set, and that's the other set. And if I get paranoid enough, I can probably buy another set and put them there. But bottom mounted slides, the price for them, they're in the hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a really good set. And so I was just trying to get away with a less expensive build, and so that's why I did the side mounted, because each set was about $50. So this whole rigmarole here, that's about $100 for those slides, but it was still better than the $500 that they were charging for regular true bottom mounted slides. And so now I've just got to buy another set for the drawer that's going to be back there, that's going to pull out towards the back. I have to buy another 30-inch, because these are 30-inch full extension slides, and that would be that's basically the size I need my drawer to be, is 30 inches deep, because that's where my cookware is going to be and everything. So it will be basically the same as this, and up here, instead of, because right here from there to here I have 26 inches, and that's what it'll be over here too, because I'm going to have another drawer pulling out this way. But I think I'm only going to be able to get 24-inch slides, and I'll just have an area in the back of the drawer where I can't get to it. I'll just have to kind of reach back in there and grab stuff. That's my jack and stuff. I haven't found a new home for it yet. The plank is done. I got it done polyurethaning when I was at my brother-in-law's, and it's in my garage now, and it's just sitting there, and I want it to fully cure before I slide it in there. And again, this will be a 24-inch drawer that slides out. The bed is going to come from here 23 inches in, which is going to take me about right there. So for this section, I can't have a drawer, because literally my bed is going to be in the way from me pulling anything out. So I think right here we're going to put from the top to the bottom, right there is going to be basically another wall, a vertical wall. And then I don't know, I'm not sure, but I guess I'm just going to put multiple shelves in here and just have baskets and stuff for my clothes, and just pull the baskets out as I need them, because it's not going to be functional as a drawer unit. I can't put drawers up high either, because obviously then I wouldn't be able to get into them. So this is going to have to probably just be an open shelving unit or something. I'm not sure yet. And then, sorry about that, this is another drawer we have to build for my supplements and stuff. And then my other refrigerator will sit on top of that drawer unit. So we still have quite a bit of work left to do. Over here we've got to get my bed started, and we've got 3 drawers, that one, and the one in the back that's got to be made. So I have to buy 3 more sets of drawer slides. But I think he did a pretty good job. It was kind of a pain in the butt to install these things, but they do come apart, thankfully, and so it made it a little bit easier to install. I've tried to make this video 3 times already, and it's not worked out, so hopefully I'm not repeating myself and I'm not forgetting anything. But this is how it looks here from the back. And right here he had to put a brace, because this wood would not come all the way up to here because of the shape of the headliner and everything, but he was still worried about the stability of it, so we just have one brace here, and it's coming up here to right there, and that's basically what's bracing these 2 together right now. So that's how it's looking up here. I don't like the wasted space. I don't like how it looks, but it's possible that from the inside here I can put long skinny stuff in there. Anything you know, light stuff, because if it hits up that window, I don't want it to break the window or anything. So like just extension poles or something like that. But here's how the drawer looks now. These were just 1x2s that we mounted on top of a piece of 1/2-inch plywood, and he thought it would be more secure if we put the slides on the outside, because I thought he was just going to put one there, there, and there, but he seems to think that it would be more sturdy if there were two right next to each other. They're not touching each other. And I don't actually need a handle, because this thing has its own handle, and it's a full extension slide out. But I don't even have to pull it all the way out. See, if I don't know if you can tell, but there's part of that plywood. It was too long, but I had already bought these 30-inch slides, and it's actually wider. The refrigerator is wider at the top than it is at the bottom, and so that's where I had come up with the 30 inches, because I was including that. Well, it's basically like 29 inches, and I rounded it up to 30, but that made it so that my tray is wider or longer than the refrigerator, and so there is a little bit of a leftover, but that just means that I don't have to pull it all the way out. I can just pull it out this far, and I'm still able to open my freezer and everything, and that's the cords for it. And I'm tall enough I can reach all the way down into the bottom, so it's the perfect height. But if we do go ahead and make some kind of a false shelf to go over top of this, I wanted to still be able to open this, and I can, and I don't even have to pull it all the way out. So those are the 1x2s. He did take a router and try to make it a little bit better looking, and he routed around the edges, so it doesn't look bad. Again, these are not meant for being bottom mounted, but we're just going to see how it works. And before I had the refrigerator out here, he wasn't sure if it would hold the weight, and I'm like, well, I weigh 100 pounds, let me see if I can get in there. So we literally, I sat in that tray and he pulled the tray out with me sitting in it. It was quite comical, but he pulled it all the way out while I sat in it, and it didn't budge. I mean, it's got just a little, you can't even really tell, but I'm pushing down on it right now. This thing is 40 pounds, but then by the time I get food in it and everything, it'll be more like 150 pounds, I'm guessing. But the slides themselves were 250 pound slides for each pair, but that was if they were mounted on the sides. So these are weakened, so instead of 500 pounds, I'm only going to trust it to like 200 pounds, and I don't think I should ever exceed 200 pounds with the weight of this and the food that's in there. But there's a little tiny bit of space, wiggle room, but that's okay, because I had actually meant to wrap this thing with Reflectix, and so I think once I wrap it, of course I'll keep that free, but everywhere else, once I wrap it with Reflectix, I think that'll help to keep it from shifting. There's just a little tiny bit of wiggle room. And as far as vents go, I didn't really like how close it was, because I'm supposed to have like 4 inches on either side, but I've seen where people will like drill hole saws in the plywood that's right next to it. But if you look here, my stuff is going to be right up against that plywood, so even if I were to drill, make holes in there for ventilation, it's not going to vent, because they're just going to be covered up by all this stuff. And the same over here, I could drill holes right here, but there's literally going to be a drawer right here, and so there's no room, there's no reason to drill holes. And so I'm hoping that this gap here and all the way around it, I'm hoping that that'll be enough ventilation. If not, you know, when I'm running it and I'm just parked somewhere, maybe I can just pull it out and have it pulled out like that. I don't know. I'm just hoping that this is enough ventilation and I won't have to worry about it. It makes me a little bit nervous, but I guess we'll see how it goes. And I had to have it facing this way because the outlet's here. And so my power station will live somewhere back here, and the power station will be plugged in to there. and then I'll plug the refrigerator into the power station. I'm still not sure where that's going to go. I may put it here, I may put it over here. My 5-gallon bucket does sit right here, and I can close the hatch, and the bucket does not touch the window. So that was one of the bigger items. I wasn't sure where I was going to put it, and I think it'll work right there, and I'll just have to like bungee it so that it doesn't move around. Just bungee it to something. But I think that's a good place for my buckets. I'll have more than one. And my little camera, my little backup camera. I did finally rerun the wiring because the way I had it running along the top, I didn't like it because it kept falling. And so now it's running down this way, down that pillar, and then I ran it along the bottom side of the window because it just kept falling, and I was so upset. And so there's got to be a better way. And so I brought it all the way around here towards the back and brought it down and around in that crevice and down through there. There you can see it. And then it's just underneath the trim. All the way up, it's underneath the trim. And this worked out a lot better. You see, now you can't even see it really. There you see it right there. And then it came the back again and underneath here and up. And I hit it so well I can't even see it now. I think, yeah, it's running back through here and then up the pillar. It's coming out of the pillar there, and it's getting plugged into the rear view cam right there. So that was the way I rerouted my cam cables, because that was driving me crazy. So it's looking a lot better. Now I just have to get a bed in here, and I might be able to take a trip somewhere. Actually got my refrigerator in here and everything. Well, I don't have the second one in, but if I wanted to go somewhere I could just use that one. But I don't plan on taking another trip right now for a while. I just want to get this built out so that I can try to get out of here this year. But with everything with the new COVID stuff, I've heard tell that they're going to try to shut down travel in between states again, so I'm not sure what's going on. I'm just praying that that was wrong information and everything will be fine. Because I don't think I can stand another winter in Indiana. And I still have to take this out. This is my jack and everything. And I've got to find a new home for that. I did find a place for the four-way and the wrenches and everything in this little cubby. Remember, I had that and I wasn't sure what I could put in there. This fits perfectly. My wrench is in there, and my four-way is in there, and then this is the screen that I have for my sunroof to keep the bugs out. So I just have to find a place for that, and then I can bring my plank in here. It's all polyurethane and everything. I think I probably already said that, but I want to let it cure before I put it in there. Alright guys, that is my update for right now. I hope you're doing well. I'm glad to be back here at the house. Ooh, you see the squirrel? Probably not. There's a squirrel in the driveway. Yep, there he is. Squirrel! Alright guys, take care. Talk to you later.